Hey, again. Well, I told you we're going to come each week, at least a couple days this week, and then the dog barks. So here's what we're going to do. This is my Pantry Series, and today I grabbed my ingredients again, right on the list, and I went down it and I started looking at what I have, what I should, what I could make with it. And so I was looking at, okay, I got corn on the cob, I have potatoes, but I have some different kind of potatoes tonight. Fingerling potatoes, right? So yeah, I was looking at what I could do with them, and I decided, let's do what they call a shrimp boil, right? Because, well, then I started looking at my proteins, and I realized I don't have what you would usually find, right, in a shrimp boil. Andouille sausage or shrimp, but I do have chicken. So here's my chicken, and we're going to prepare that. And then I started looking through my pantry a little bit more, and I came upon Old Bay, right? So it was one of those things I made a long time ago. I don't know, I'm from Texas, so we would do these all the time, and we would put corn cob, and here we go, right? So here's my corn cobs. Here's my potatoes, here's my veg, and I thought, you know what, I can make my own version, get a little creative, right, of a shrimp boil. So, but instead of a boil, we're going to do a bake or a broil, a little different, right? So I'm going to use the oven, obviously, and we're going to put all these ingredients on a sheet pan. So, here's it. Here's my sheet pan, all ready to go. And we're going to put the veg, we're going to put the potatoes, and I'm going to show you some tips that you can kind of broil them, cook them. All that means is you cook them ahead of time, so that when you put them under like about a 400-degree oven, things will go a little faster. And then I'm going to cook the chicken that I was talking about, and I'm going to cook that on the stove. And I'm going to show you a little trick there too. My husband loves chicken piccata, very famous. He loves it. It's one of his favorite dishes. My video. Oh, and by the way, I put my other video from last night on my YouTube channel, Culinary Delights with Gwen. Check it out. See what you think. That's what we did last night. We had a lot of fun. But today, I'm going to challenge myself a little bit more and do my version of what I think a shrimp broil or a shrimp boil, whatever word you want to use. So today that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get everything and all the ingredients prepped. I'm going to show you how I'm going to prep my chicken. I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to cook everything on the stove top, and I'm going to show you kind of a piccata version, but I am going to season it all the way through with this Old Bay. See my Old Bay? Pretty good, huh? This has all the seasoning that you want. Everything in it to make it Louisiana, right? Or Texas, South Texas, which is where I spent a lot of time. So we're going to do that, and we're going to put it together, and we'll see how it comes out. Okay? So I'm going to go get everything prepped, and I'm going to get it ready, and I'm going to show you how we do each step. We'll go from there. Okay? Hope everyone's doing great. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, ready? So here we go. I have all the fingerling potatoes cut. I have the corn cob cut in half. I took 2 of my corn cobs that I peeled all the crap off so you didn't have to see it, and cut these in half, or cut them into thirds pretty much. Now, here's the trick, right? So I have boiling water over here on the oven, or stove top. And what I'm saying is, if you cook them a little ahead of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the potatoes in first for about 5 to 8 minutes. Let them get kind of almost cooked through, right? And then we're going to put the corn in as well after that with the potatoes, and cook them for another 5 minutes. Then everything's sort of cooked through, quote unquote, right? And then we're going to put the veg that I have all cut over here, and we're going to put it all on the plate, or excuse me, the pan, basically. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the pan. We're going to put it under the broiler for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to prep the chicken. And the chicken I'm going to cook on top. And like I said, I'm going to teach you a little trick. It's so easy. It's kind of it's a piccata light. It's not chicken piccata with lemon and all of the capers and everything else. But what you can do is you put flour, and then you put the Parmesan, and you put everything in there but the lemon. And so you're going to dredge. So I'll show you how to dredge in just a moment. So while the pan, or excuse me, the pan is cooking, we'll go ahead and start cooking the chicken. And the reason I did it this way is that everything will come together about the same time and everything will be tasty. So we're going to do that, all right? So we're also going to season it with, like I said, with the Old Bay, perfect thing, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to show you how to mix all these veggies and everything, and the potatoes and everything, with this wonderful butter, kind of a butter with all the other ingredients in it, and you toss everything and you put it in the oven. So we'll go from there. Just heard it that it's up to 400 degrees. We'll go from there, okay? Be right back. Okay, so I thought I'd catch you up. We have the potatoes boiling, right? But we're only going to do them, like I said, for about 8 minutes. You want to just get them what they call paraboil. Get them almost there so that when we put it in the oven, it won't take as long. So we're about to take them out. We're at about 26 seconds. I'm going to take them out of the boiling water, but keep the boiling water going, right? We're going to put the corn in a minute, and we're going to boil it for about 5 minutes. So I just thought I'd catch you guys up. And I got the corn ready, I got the lemon, got the veg. We're all ready to go in just a few minutes. And I'll put everything together and we'll come back in just a second. Okay? See you in a bit. Okay, welcome back, right? Okay, so just got done with the potatoes and the corn. Let me show you. Pretty yummy. What they call parabroil, okay? And all that means is that we get it almost cooked, right? So we're going to put it in the oven with everything else, but it's only going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to put under the broiler or in the oven, basically, to cook. And while that time is happening, we're going to cook our chicken, and that chicken's not going to take very long as well, and I'm going to show you something there. But anyway, so there's our potatoes and their corn ready to go, right? So next thing is you want to make all the yummies, and what we're going to do is make this amazing sauce, and it calls for about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of butter, depending on how much chicken you're going to have and how much corn and how much potato. So you kind of want to look at that from like a 2 to 4 person portion, basically. So that being said, first thing is we'll put the butter in, okay, and we are going to put a little bit of zest of a lemon. And here's my zester. And what you want to do is just basically take it down to, you don't want to take it all the way to the white because it'll get very bitter, okay? So just a little bit. And that is going to add is just kind of that plus of lemon, because lemon's all about what this dish is about. You know, we're talking about the South here. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever been to New Orleans or South Texas, Brownsville, San Antonio. We do it a little differently down there. So there we go. Okay, so see, it's not quite to the white, so you're going to get not such a bitter. All right, and you want to take what you have on your grinder here and just kind of take your finger, move it around, put it in there as well. Now, here comes the Old Spice, right? Sorry. That's a whole different thing. Old Bay. And you want to take the Old Bay. Oh, it smells so good, right? So in this, you want to put about, I don't know, it doesn't take much because it's got a whole bunch of different spices. I would say about 2 tablespoons. So let's see what we got. I'm going to shake a little bit in here. And that's not working. So we're going to put it on the other side. There it is. And I like this spice. I like this spice a lot. This is the signature spice, what you want to put in it to make it taste like from the South. Okay? Ooh, yum. Okay. Oh, yeah, pretty. See all the color? Pretty, huh? So you're going to mix all of that in with a little bit of paprika. Just about 1 teaspoon, maybe. There we go. A little bit of black pepper. There we go. And because this has a lot of salt on it, I'm going to add just a tiny bit more. Hey, how are you doggy. There you go. That's Maisie. She's down below me right here. And there we go. So we're going to put all that together. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put this in the microwave. We're going to melt it. We're going to make it nice and melty and make it more like a liquid butter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all, the veg, as well as the corn and the potatoes, in on that pan that I was talking about. And we're going to mix it all in. It's just going to be a nice coating for it. And then we're going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to put it in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'm going to come back in a moment, and I'm going to show you how we cook this chicken. And it's just so to die for. It's everything's like a chicken piccata if you've watched any of my other videos. My husband loves this, but I'm going to leave out the lemon in this case so it tastes more, not Mediterranean, but more south. So I'm going to add the Old Spice. So you'll see what I mean. We're going to add it to the flour, and we're going to also add it afterwards with a little bit of parsley as well. So I'll be right back. Just wanted to catch up on this part, and then I'll show you how we mix it all together and put it in there on the pan and put it in the oven. Okay? Be right back. Okay, you ready? So we're going to add the last part of it. I put all the veg, all the potato, and the onions, and the corn, and the whole 9 yards in here. I sprayed, I actually put tinfoil down first, sprayed it because you don't want anything to stick, right? And I put everything in here. So mix them around, put them a little bit. I poured a little bit of this over it, but it looked like I needed to make some more, so I made some more. And you want to put your corn so it is facing up, so then it'll cook more evenly. So kind of arrange everything pretty. Pour your butter mixture with all the goody stuff over it. And you definitely want to get the corn, everything on there, just like that. And take your tongs and just kind of mix it up a wee bit. Just want to mix them all up. You want to get everything coated as much as you can with that yummy butter sauce. Because that, you know, that's it, right? So there it is. All right, perfect. So, because we cooked everything ahead of time, or at least the things that will take the longest, is the corn and the potatoes. We're going to put them in the oven here in just a minute for 400 degrees. And we're going to put them in there for about 15 to 20 minutes. And let those get all good and yummy. And I'm actually going to put some lemon, because I like lemon a lot, and put those all throughout. I just think lemon adds a little bit of zest, adds a little bit of tang, you know, adds a little something, something to it. So if you've ever been down on the beach and you made yourself a shrimp broil or shrimp boil, you gotta have lemons, right? So that's what we've added here. So we're gonna pop it in the oven here for just a moment, 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'm gonna show you how to make the chicken while it's cooking, and then we're gonna have a nice meal. Okay? So I look forward to seeing you, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, so we have about 8 minutes left while the veg and the potatoes and everything else are in the oven. Now I'm going to show you how we dredge this chicken. It's so easy, so tasty. It'll be a hit, I promise. So what we're going to do first is I've already prepared the chicken. Okay, so I take just a chicken breast, and I usually cut a real chicken breast in about half. And what I'll do is I'll take my fork and I'll poke it real good so that any of the spices that we want to put on it are going to infuse right into the chicken. Okay, so I'm going to add, I've already added the Old Bay, and we're going to put a little bit more pepper, because I like pepper. There we go. There we go. First things first, let's have a drink of wine, right? So everything goes better with wine, right? Yeah. Okay, so you take your chicken. Very important. One hand is dry, one hand is wet. So we're going to put it into the dry. See, I have dry and I have wet. There it is. What you want to do is you want to put it into the dry first. So dry hand into the dry, and you want to get a good coating. Okay. Next, we're going to put it into the wet hand. Put it into the wet, and you want to get the chicken all mixed up with the one egg, really one egg, one scrambled, and we're going to put it into the panko. Dry hand, put it into the panko. So easy. This also has a lot of Old Spice. Sorry, I keep saying that because it's my husband's favorite cologne. So you want to put a little spice back in there too, because you want that spice all the way through. Okay, there we go. Lift that bad boy over. A little bit of Old Bay. There we go. Yep, that's my fave. There we go. So you want to press it all in there. Then with your dry hand, put it into your container. And we're going to go cook it here in just a second, right? So we take the other pieces, do the same thing. So there's your wet. Put it into the dry. There's your dry. Coat that flour all the way around it because that seals in all the juices, okay? Put it into your egg mixture. Wet hand. There we go. Flip that guy over. And again, you gotta put it into your panko, right? So here's your dry hand. There's my birds. We have a whole menagerie here. Yes, we do. Here we go. And you put that panko and you press it all the way in it, just like that. And on both sides, because what the panko is going to do is keep a nice crisp out, like crust. It's really good. Put it over there as well, and we'll do the third one as well. Same thing, right? Put it into the flour, cover it up. Same thing. You want to make sure it's coated on both sides, and then right into that egg mixture. Here we go. There's my dogs walking around. And again, coat it really good. Sometimes you get your hands mixed up. It's okay. No big deal. So make sure that your panko is coated on both sides really well. Flip that bad boy over. There you go. Real easy, huh? And there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we cook it over here. So, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys ready? We're going to grill our chicken here. And the thing I like about it the most is you're going to get a little crust on it. And when we take it out, when the veg, there it is. I think they're just about done. And then we're going to cut it up into strips and we're going to put it in with the veg. And that'll be our idea of a shrimp broil or a shrimp boil, whatever you want to call it. So here we go. So let me get the chicken. Now, what I put in here is some olive oil and some butter. And you want to get it sort of bubbly, a little bit of white. See that? Put your chicken in. And you want to make sure that it never burns. Very important. So put all three pieces in. There we go. And you want to keep moving them around. Just a sec. So, you are going to grab your spatula, right? And we're going to move it around within all of that butter and within the oil. Now the thing with piccata, or the way you're cooking it, is called piccata. All that is a crust, and all that's doing is sealing that chicken juices within, and you cook it to about 165 degrees, and you're going to wait just a little bit. You put it about between medium and high, and you take your spatula. Now, we're going to wait till the edges brown just a little bit, and again, move it around a little bit. You want to get it just nice and brown. Put it between, like I said, medium and high. And what you're looking for is on either side of the chicken. Either side of the, the outside of the chicken piece, it's going to get a little brown. And then you're going to lift it just in a moment and flip it over. And let me get my thermometer, because we're going to make sure that it is exactly at 165 degrees. And we're going to take it out. We're going to put it on a plate. We're going to cut it up, like I said, in slices. Take our potatoes and veg and everything else out of the oven here in just a moment. Let me check. Oh yeah. Everything looks pretty yummy in there. We're going to take it out, slice it up, and then we're going to put it together. And hopefully it tastes so good. I think it's going to. It's our version, because that's what you're doing, right? You're taking your items out of your pantry and out of your fridge, and you want to make a dish based on what you have already. And a lot of times that's what you do. You hear it, right? Doing a pretty good job here. You want to just keep moving it around. And when you hear that noise, that means that the butter and the oil and everything is bubbling around. And you don't want to get too brown, and you don't want it to burn. Brown butter is okay in this case, but you don't want it to get too brown. You'll know what you mean. I'll show you in a moment. So, lift that bad boy up. Oh yeah, nice, nice, nice. There's our pretty brown. Let me take them all out. I'll flip them all over and I'll show you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Perfect. Now, what I like to do at this point is I add just a little bit of butter. Let me grab my butter. And we're going to add just a tiny bit more butter. Because what you're trying to do, butter has this magic way of making everything sort of brown and tasty and yummy, but it doesn't make it too oily. It's one of the reasons I don't put a lot of olive oil in this. I like the butter. I like the taste. And yes, I use salted butter because I think that just tastes better, and I think overall it adds to the flavor. Now, turn down your heat just a little bit. Now, I don't know if you can see that pretty brown there? That's what you're looking for. There we go. So, let's taste it. Let's taste it. Let's take the temperature and see what we got here. Now, we want to do, like I said, you want to get it up to about 165 degrees. And that really is the exact temperature of pork. Chicken. This is a poultry. We're getting there. 150. Come on. You don't want to hurry it, because if you hurry it, then you're going to burn, or you're going to get not well done enough. There you go, 165. Perfect. And check all three pieces. A lot of times the thicker the piece, and what I do with mine is I actually use a mallet to make it to about that much. About a quarter of an inch. Perfect, we're getting there. And this piece is a little thicker. Perfect. Yahoo! Okay, there we go. So it doesn't take long, that's what I was saying. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the pan here in just a moment. We'll take it off the heat, and I'm going to cut it up. We're going to mix it in with the veg, and we'll show you the finished dish, and we'll see what you think. Okay, be right back. Okay, it's all done. There's our dish. We got it all ready to go. Here we go, right? So let's have a dish. Now, what I did, I could just kind of redo what we did. I looked for all the ingredients that were in my kitchen, for instance, in my pantry and in my fridge. I got the corn on the cob. I found chicken, and I found veg, and I put a bunch of things in there. I had some lemons left over from another dish that I made. And so I decided to put together a shrimp broil. We put it in the oven, right? And there's my doggy. Hey, Booby. So let me show you what we got. It's really tasty. See? Oh, my chicken got all messed up. Let's make it look all pretty, right? It doesn't matter, right? So there's your chicken. That's the way we just made it a while ago with the potatoes, and I squirted lemon all over it. Put a nice squeeze. Here's our little corn on the cobs. Perfectly done. Everything is perfect. So let's have a bite. You can have a bite later. No, I don't feed her people food, but she thinks she's a people. So let's see what we got. That's perfect. Exactly what you would find, right? With a shrimp boil. So I substituted chicken. I put some chicken in there, and I made it a really nice flavor. And we put it together with a little lemon and with our corn on the cob, which I'm not going to try on camera because that doesn't look pretty. Anyway, that's how you do it. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to put this video up tomorrow. Have a look at the one I made last night, and hopefully you guys like it. This is our new series, right? Culinary Delights with Gwen, our Pantry Series. Let me know if you guys make it. And whatever you substitute from your pantry and or use the same ingredients, eager to hear what y'all have to think. Okay? I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.